welcome to chapter number 7 of how to set up an online shop with PHP. Well, last chapter we finished with the categories and stuff. We already have the administration of categories finished, so now let's go to the product administration. In the product administration, if you remember, we had just considered a couple of fields: the name, the positioning name, the price, the status, and the category, but it's important that we include the picture of the product. To do so, we're going to do maybe the most complicated part of the administration, as we need to follow some code, and here Dreamweaver helps us just a little. But basically the idea is that you can see how it's done from the scratch and how I like doing it. There are a lot of ways to upload images. It can be done with Ajax, with a million different ways, but I will try to do it in the easiest way possible, the one my clients like most because it's very easy to handle. So the first thing we're going to do is, what we need is a field here where we can store the file's name. Here we haven't defined it by now, so we're going to open Navicat and then we go to our local database, which is shoes. Inside the product table we hit design table and we will add a new field called str image. Varchar type with a length of 50, for example, because I don't think we're going to use an image of over 50 characters. We have already defined the field, we save it, and there it is. We can close Navigat right now. And the next thing we're going to do is adding here a field that will be saved in database. We will do it now, and we will upload the image as such. To do so, we right click here, insert line, we call this image, and here we will insert a new field. Insert form text field. We accept it all as a default, and it's here that it will save us the image. We have to bear in mind that this new field has been inserted in the database, but we haven't inserted it in this insert of the left side. You can see the insert here, insert the table product, the name, the positioning name, etc. with these values. I have been sending by parameter. So now we're going to add that field into the query by hand. To do so, what we have to do is define the name of this field. I'm going to name it the same as in the database, str image. As you can see, it appears automatically up here, both the name and the ID. And within the query, we're going to edit this. Initially it may look scary, but we will see that in the end it's pretty easy. We write here str image, we add a new s for it to take one more field of those we're going to add here, and we're going to copy this. I'll add a comma to add a new field and I will paste it. Now I change this to str image and it will be a text type. This thing that looks like from outer space is just about adding the field we added here and in the database so that the form recognizes it. Because if not, when we're inserting it here, it won't understand it. Dreamweaver offers easiest way to do this, but I like showing you the insights of the program for you to know what we're exactly doing in every moment. With this, the field is set, and well, the next thing we're going to do is, I don't know if I told you before that I like storing the images not in the database but in the server itself. In this case, in the hard drive of our computer. I mean, the image as such, that's to say the JPG, the PNG, the GIF or whatever, will be saved in a server folder, and in the database only the name of that file will be saved. So the database will be much more dynamic because we aren't saving registers with binary images. So we will define a new folder in which we will store the images. New folder, I'm going to call it documents, and within documents I'm going to create another folder called products. Oops, let me correct. That's it. Okay, why am I creating two folders? Well, imagine that I add product pictures, PDF files and any other type of files. In some way I have it well arranged, and inside the document folder there will be a folder for each type of document. Next thing we're going to do is adding here a new button. I hit insert, form, button. We accept all the default values and we will name this button upload image. This upload image, bear in mind that isn't intended to send a form, but it's rather a standard button. You see that I've changed it? It sends no forms at all. And here it changes submit by button. Again, this is a standard button, not to send forms. Right, let's slide this a little, and now we're going to do our first JavaScript for this page. And it's going to be very easy. What we want is that when I press this button, a new window opens for handling and managing the images. So I'm going to put here onClick, which will create an event when I press upload image. So that I write here JavaScript and upload image. Whatever name please, and now I already have the JavaScript name, and now what I'm going to do is doing the JavaScript as such for it to open me a new window. Probably many of you have already done this hundreds of times, but for those who don't know, we're going to write here script. We close it. Script. This way he opens and closes everything. Very clear. Now we're going to insert here a function that will be called as we wrote here before. Let's see the field, not to lose our track. It will be called upload image. Upload image. I write no parameters here, and this just opens and closes. And here we have got our JavaScript. Here I'm going to paste some coded capture somewhere else, and I'm going to explain you what each of these lines means. I will upload this code for you in a zip file in my blog, which is blog.ayzweb.com. I will upload it there in case you don't want to type the whole code, although I think it's interesting for you to write. I'm sure you want to modify something. What the first line is going to do is defining the name of this window. At a programming level, the page of add product will be called opener. The self-name is telling me own name. So I'm going to name this window opener. On one side. On the other side, I'm going to define a variable that will be called remote, that will open me a JavaScript, sorry, not a JavaScript, but a page. And what page will open a page that, for example, in an image PHP called remote. These parameters here can be found at Google if you look for open window with JavaScript or things alike. It's explained on millions of pages. Basically, here I'm defining the width, height, if it contains slide bars, menus, tools, etc. It's a very simple window, so I'm writing many things not to appear. I don't want toolbars, menus, nor anything of the kind. You can make it not to be scalable, etc. Next thing we're going to do is, with the remote focus, what we can do is taking this window, we're opening to a close-up shot, so that the next thing the customer is going to write can already be in that window. Let's go to make a very easy example. First, I'm going to save this, and so that it doesn't give me an error, I'm going to create a new file that will be called imagemanagement.php inside the administration folder. New file. I name it imagemanagement.php, and in this file we will just write its title, upload image, and inside, to make sure we're opening what we really want, it's kind of silly, but just to make sure of what we're opening. And now, without any more delay, let's try this page to check how it's working by now. We open the Explorer, we write. We go to administration, product list. I ask it to add a product. As you can see, we can already see the new code I enter when adding an image. And when I hit upload image, it opens me a new window. Let's click, and you see, it opens a new window here. And it's here that we will enter the image upload code. In order not to make this much longer, we will stop here, and in chapter 8 we will finish doing the code to upload the image, and everything will be ready. So I hope you didn't lose the track. That was easy to follow, and I will upload to the blog the font code of the script. blog.ayzweb.com. There's also a link in the description of this video, so you can click there if you don't want to type it wrong. You just download it from there. So, see you in chapter 8. Regards.